So today I'm going to show you how to change from a normal boring outlet to a more high-tech dual USB outlet. Now death is an option during this project, so make sure you flip the electrical breaker that corresponds with the circuit of the outlet that you're working on so you don't die. Kind of important. So it's important to find the right breaker that goes with the outlet you're working on. My particular one is in the basement, so I'm going to follow this across and turn off number 12. And that'll kill the power to the outlets in the basement. So I went and flipped the breaker, and I also plugged in my heat gun to see if there's any power going to this outlet. And the heat gun's not turning on, so I think we're good. Remember, it is very important that you kill the power to this outlet because there is a high possibility of death if you do not. So there's one screw right here that we're going to remove, and that takes off the faceplate of the outlet. And then there are two more screws that hold it into the frame. Now we have a couple different wires here. We have white colored wires, which are neutral wires. We have a copper wire, which is the ground wire. And we have black wires over here, which are hot wires. Now since there's no power going to this, I can cut whatever wires I want. So there is a way to get these out of the back, but I don't really feel like dealing with that at the moment, so I'm just going to cut them all. Except for this bottom green one, which will still be convenient to have in a loop. Okay, so like I mentioned before, the black wires are hot, the white wires are neutral, and then the copper is just ground. So I'm going to go ahead and strip us off some more of these tips. And see, the part where you die is when these wires are live and you touch both of them. But since there's no power, we should be just fine. So this outlet has the two USB ports and the normal plugs on either side. And for the back of it, we have the hot wires and the neutral wires, and then we have a grounding screw on the bottom. So we're going to take the two white neutral wires and plug them into either of these two holes on the back side of this that say neutral. And then we can screw this screw, and that'll make them tight. So the copper wire is the same way. We're going to take that loop and stick the screw through it and then stick it down into the bottom. This is the ground wire, very important. Now we're going to take the two hot wires, it's still labeled on the back, and we're going to stick those through the two holes in the side of the outlet. Then we can use the screwdriver to clamp down on the wires and keep them permanently there. Take the outlet and line it up with the top and the bottom screws of this little plastic hole that it sits inside. All wall outlets are pretty universal. Alright, and so before I put this faceplate on, I'm going to go flip the breaker again and make sure that it works. And then this faceplate will just clip in with each of these little tabs around the outside. Alright, so the lights are back on. And the heat gun is working. So when I plug in my Galaxy S7 Edge, it starts charging at the bottom, but it does not say fast charging. So this outlet is not capable of fast charging. I will link it down in the video description below. I will try to find one that comes with fast charging, but I don't think that comes standard on a wall outlet level. That's probably just in the adapter itself. But either way, you can still charge 4 phones with this outlet instead of 2 phones with this outlet, which is kind of nice. Great for parties or when you have friends over and people need to charge their phone at night. Even though me getting electrocuted might have made for a more viral video, I'm glad that didn't happen. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this or you learned something or you want USB plugs at your house. Thanks a ton for watching. Hope to see you around.